to the second part of our best test team of the last 25 years on World Cricket Watch. Remember, you can make a comment, you can tell us who your best team is of your lifetime. It doesn't have to be the last 25 years, it can just be your lifetime, the best team that you consider during that time period.
Kids,
whatever, anyone can contribute. Now I'm going to now move on to my number 6, which is my all-rounder. And again, a player, well, no, look, it was a player that I saw enough to know that he was an amazing player. And again, I had the privilege of seeing him for one game live. And I think 360 wickets at 22 and a batting average of 38 with 6 test centuries. Is a good looking guy to boot. Imran Khan is...
great politician, very influential.
Just love having him in my team. And to tell you the truth, sorry Dave, but just to say, he's actually going to be my captain as well.
Oh, that's a very good choice. I think, for me, I'm having troubles here. I think my memory started a bit older age than Blaise. Blaise is... I don't remember Imran Khan like in the World Cup when I was like a young kid winning them and stuff. I don't really remember that, which is probably bad on my part, and I blame my parents, to be honest.
The World Cup they won was the one in Australia, and so it was huge.
That's probably why as well.
He led them to that. I mean, that was of course a one day, but he was an amazing test player too. Anyway, you're number 6.
Well, I'm going for the great West Indian that we've already got here. I mean, he's struggling to get up the order, which says something. I mean, we've got like, if Punting's at 3, War and Lara, it's hard to really separate those, so I'll just put him in at number 6, but he could be higher, I guess.
I guess you've got a bit of bowling up there already, don't you? I mean, it's a test team, so you don't need too much, but Steve Waugh gives you some wickets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going for a team, as you might find, that is probably not as all-rounder weighted as the other one-day teams, the 2020 teams. You'll probably find that in my bowlers, which is maybe one of my weaknesses, but I think people can just stand up in their own right and do their own job.
If the bowlers are good enough, you don't need it all round.
So, I'm going to go to my wicketkeeper here, and for me, like, nothing compares to Gilchrist in any form of the game. Just the brutal punishment he gave England in the last Ashes, and like
a damn good wicketkeeper as well.
Well, I mean, people often kind of just overlook that, but the fact is that like he took over the gloves from Ian Healy, who was a great keeper, and then I think he did just as good a job, to be honest. So put him in there, and I see you've just gone and done it already. It's kind of a given, I guess.
Last 25 years, there's no one better.
Yeah. So do you want to go into your bowlers then?
I'd be happy to.
You've already got some bowling.
I do.
Which is probably better than my bowling.
I'd like to have me in there, but I'm going to go to my spinner now. And again, I tried to kind of think, maybe I'll broaden it out and, think, or maybe I'll pick, perhaps a Sakleen Mushtaq, who was an incredible Pakistani spin bowler when I was younger. I thought he was amazing, and there's been others. Anil Kumble as well is another one who's been extraordinary over time. Muralitharan. Phil Tufnell is another one.
Giles?
No, probably not from England, but Shane Warne you'd have to put in there.
Yeah, I was jumping the gun a little bit, but I thought I'd let you have the Warnes there.
Best bowler I've seen, no doubt about it. I was spin bowling. Over 700 wickets. Can't be wrong.
Alright, I want to go for the tallest person in the world with the biggest smile in the world that I was very fortunate to meet in a bar in Barbados when I was there as an 18-year-old, luckily enough.
What a country that
is.
And
I saw Curtly Ambrose at first sight, and I just remember just being like this and just creaming myself at the sight of him. And he's got a bowling average of like 21, something around there. It's probably the best bowling average of bowlers in this era anyway, so I'm going to put Big Curtly in there. I mean, he's part of like some great fast bowlers there, like Courtney Walsh, you can't really say, Ian Bishop, and then going back, I mean, Marshall Garner, I mean, so great, but I don't really remember those. So this is probably the era that I do remember.
Had that aggression too.
Yeah.
He may well factor in mine a little later too. But my number 9 is again a Pakistani, and I want a little bit of left arm in my lineup. And I don't think I've seen a better swing bowler ever, to tell you the truth. I don't think he's been bettered, and I don't think he will be. And
I think maybe there's someone on a par.
Yeah.
To him that I quite like.
Right, okay. Well, anyway, average of 23, 414 wickets, great leader, just a super bowler. Wasim Akram is...
and he gives you that bit of batting as well.
He's a bit of a basher, no doubt about it. I don't really need the batting.
Yeah. in a similar vein to that, what I was getting at when I said he's probably on a par with someone else, which is clearly Waka Yunis. The guy just bowled Yorkers at over 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, good bowl.
And broke stumps, broke batsmen, just was so good. One of the best proponents of reverse swing with Wasim. Maybe doesn't offer as much with the bat, but at the same time, their averages are exactly the same. Waka Yunis is 23.56. I think Akram's is slightly higher, but I mean,
23.62. So
it's just awesome. So I'm just going to put Waka in there. Maybe it's just preference, really.
Look, I guess I went for the left arm, but Waka had that thing that's very, very rare, is that it's late swing, and that the ball would travel 3/4 of the way down the pitch, a lot further, and then would dip at the last minute. While I'm talking about, I'm just going to put Curtly in my number 10 because no doubt about it.
So maybe do you want to roll out your number 11 then while you're there?
Sure. And this was hard because obviously I wanted another pace bowler, and there are a lot that I wanted to fit in there. And this guy mightn't get the plaudits that he deserves as much, but because the sides he was in weren't so strong at the time. But he has over 300 Test wickets at an average of 22. I really like his combination of kind of real wicket-taking ability, but also he was able to really hold batsmen in and not let them score.
Yeah.
And my number 11, and he really is a number 11 with the bat, is South African Alan Donald.
It's a very good choice. I remember Alan Donald absolutely terrorising Michael Atherton a few times, bowling around the wicket, just huge bounces, bowling into his throat, and he was just so deadly. I've taken a little different tact once more. I seem to change a lot between the one-day games, the 2020 games, and then the Test, the purest form of the game, probably in my opinion.
Yes.
And I have gone for a real number 11 as well.
Yes.
But if you ask this guy to land the ball on a penny, at that nagging line, that nagging length where you can't hit it, just outside off in the corridor of uncertainty, whatever you want to call it, I think he could do it 100 times out of 100, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. He's just tying up one end, and just him and Warren together were just unreal, and I just think Glenn McGrath is just a great cricketer, great man.
There's something to be said with Glenn McGrath, and I wanted to get him in there too, obviously, is that he had the very rare ability of being able to tie down an end, as you say, but take wickets at the same time.